And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the Russian Grand Prix. As we kickstart the end of this season now, it has been one fine season and we look forward to F1 2020. But just before we get onto the new game, we will have this last couple of rounds. And today, as you can see, we are at Russia. And this is a really good track. Good high-speed, medium and high-speed corners. And obviously we have the delight of having 16 cars on the track today, everybody. So let's get ready for Tier 3, Russia. And as you can see, we're just sitting on board here now with San 1987 in the Alpha. I'm sorry to keep giving you the same shot of this car. We just see him now actually trying to, let's get some data up here, ladies and gentlemen, so we can actually see what's going on. Oh, he's just done a purple sector there in the Sector 2 of the track. I do apologise, in Sector 1 of the track. I haven't got all my maps and stuff ready at the moment. I'm running a bit late today. Not very good for a TV commentator, but nonetheless, we're here now, ready to rock and roll. We can see now some of the fastest laps, and we can really start to get a feel for how this race is going to plan out. As you can see some guys here in the 133s, some guys in the 134s, and then some guys in the 135, 136. So we're looking for the 135s and the 136 to get to 134s, 133s, the 133s to get to 132s, and so on and so forth. So lots of action on the track. So we're just paying attention now to a couple of the vehicles that are actually out on the track. Really fancy, fantastic Formula 1 cars that we kiss goodbye to, and we welcome the new era of Formula 1 cars in the 2020 game coming out in July. And I'm just riding on board here with Infinite Gamer. And Infinite Gamer is currently, I believe, doing a lap to try to set the best time. Oh, he could have gone a bit quite nice and neat into that corner. It's one of these tracks where you've got to kind of cut the corners, not cut them too much, because if you do cut them too much, what will obviously happen is you will get qualified and you will be disqualified from that lap. And you'll have to go around the game. So you're using more tyres, and that obviously means that having less available tyres in the race. So we just ride on board here as he comes through the final sectors here. This is a very tricky corner. You want to hug that wall a bit more. Too much on and off the power here, people. But other than that, very good. We're just coming into the final sector here. But we'll see, last corner, we'll see what sort of time he's going to set here. I'll actually get the map up in a minute and explain some of the turns, how many turns he's got and stuff. But as we just see him go through there, who's he annihilating? Oh, he's annihilating. Late. Oh, this is an invalid lap here. Could have just been on without that. But yeah, we've got 7 minutes left in this qualifying, guys. Like I said, I was running a bit late today, so I'm going to have a little bit of something to eat very quickly, and then we will resume the stream. And obviously, you guys can continue to ride on board with some of the cars, and we'll be back shortly. Look forward to it. See you back soon. I'll wait for that to cool down, I guess, when it's steaming already. The food's still a bit hot, ladies and gentlemen, so we thought we'd let it cool down a little bit. We'll come back to the racing for now. And as we just ride on board here with the Aston Martin, we actually see that lovely view of the DRS flap open there. If you just come in here, this is a very tricky corner. It's a very fast, high-speed corner. You've got to slow right down, get on the brake, drop the gears down to 2. Easy on the power around here. He's actually doing a very, very good job of what I'm talking about right now. Feathering that throttle through here. Here again, a little bit of throttle, opening out slowly, a bit more, and gradually getting full power there. Fantastic. If he had no traction control there, you would see a better example of that. I think he is running an assist, but don't quote me on that. And we just ride on board here with Ferrari. For the Ferrari, a very good friend of WCR's, a good admin, someone who's helped extensively with it. So thank you to him. Zachy, if you don't know, and just riding on board now here with Zachy in the Ford Ferrari. Got people asking me what's going on. Just doing comms. Let's just make sure you guys can hear all the streams alright. Which I do believe you can. Yeah, fantastic. I'm just having a check there. So cool. So let's talk a little bit while we're watching these cars go around here. A little bit about what this track is all about. Oh, and we've just seen that asked him how to say his name last week. We're just going to call him 083. The man from Netherlands, 083. He's just done a 131.684. And I was actually saying to you just a minute ago, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that, you know, we want to see cars getting into these 131s, 132 times. These are good times. These are the sort of times we want to see people in, and then people falling short of that to the 132. The people in the 134s, the 135s, the 136, they have a little bit of work to do here. Nothing too crazy, obviously, you know, there's a few seconds here and there, a few corners, a few more better decisions, let's say, and, you know, they're going to be going for it. So let's also just remember, people, like, you know, some people have fantastic qualifying pace, but when it actually comes down to race pace, you know, things are different, tyres, degradation, how you drive, performance, how you manage that ERS, DRS, and all the rest of it. So we're just moving on here to Russia at Sochi Autodrome, and we talk about all this, you know, how many corners there are in this track. There's actually 8 different corners. Oh, no, that is terrible. We've just ride on board and we've just seen 4 of the Ferraris lost in one of the corners. So unfortunately, that probably means that he's out of qualifying now. Well, it doesn't probably. It does mean that he's out of qualifying now. And what a shame, you know, after all that, maybe cursing the commentator there. I do apologise, Mr. Ford Ferrari. But anyway, let's move on to, let's see where Curly Red is. See Curly Red here, Smithy. He's currently in my favourite vehicle in the game, personally. I love the Mercedes-Benz. Don't hate me for that. And we just see him coming. Oh no, he's got a little bit of a tank slapper there. Not good. He would have lost major time there. Coming into turn 14, 15 and 16 that was. Just coming to the final turn 18 now. And where does that leave him on the old table? Well, it gets him into third. Hey, not bad, not bad, not bad at all. And he had a little bit of slip, so this time there, dead rapid. Another one of my fellow Greeks here. And we just see him running on board here with the hat. He tightens on that. That's beautiful how he's done that, but he was a little bit loose before that, and you can see he was a little bit nervous there. And he's actually coming into the pits, is he? Oh, he's taking out that pole. He's gone a bit wide there. EJ Bauer. Right, guys, we've got 3 minutes of this session, so I'm going to let it run, eat some food, and I'll be more prepared for this, more enthusiastic, more energized, ready to rock and roll, everybody! Thank you, beautiful. That's lovely. Did you make it even better than last time? No, you don't think you did? I think I'll do it. We need to...
I did the first one.
You didn't put onions in this time. Not like one of the fucking corn. And we need to add garlic to them. You know what I mean? What is this? Like rolls and bread and... What's wrong with that one? No, who cares? Why do you care? You care about stupid shit. I'm eating. Leave the fuck alone. Yeah, I want to eat. You're not winding me up. Telling me I've got to eat like this now. I'm so fucking gonna take one wipe. Take quicker to wipe it than the others we talk about it. Come on. Oh, me. And we're back, everybody. We're back. I see we've got 5 people on air. Thank you to the 5 joiners so far. Please do feel free to share the link. Unfortunately, we've had some technical issues today, and that has resulted in us not being able to have the normal streams working, ladies and gentlemen. But we are ready. We're ready for race. Race day is upon us, and it's going to be an exciting one. As we just see that some of the cars are now lining up to do the formation lap, and we can see that Annihilator is in P1, and I'm not too sure if something went wrong in that qualifying session, because I did see a couple of cars saying that, you know, they were doing 131s or something, and when I saw the finish line there, Annihilator was a 132, 083 from the Netherlands over there. He had done the fastest time. Now he's gone into P16, Annihilator's gone into P1, Ginger Age, who was literally just managed to get that lap done in last like second of their qualifying session, has actually managed to get himself into P4. For those of you that don't know Ginger Age, he is another commentator, a fellow commentator. He is way more exciting than myself. However, I'm trying to be more enthusiastic. I'm trying to follow in his lead, so I welcome all comments and feedback about the commentating today. But that's not what you're here to do. That's not what you're here to talk about. We're here to talk about racing. And as we can see, very disappointingly for me personally, I don't know about the rest of you lot, but it's raining. And yes, we like wet races, you know, we like the rain, it's fun, isn't it? But really in Russia, where it is such a high-speed track, where there is just so much availability to overtake, there's DRS, there's ERS opportunity to save and burn, I don't understand why it has to rain here. It's always the case. You get a track like Monaco, it'll be piping hot. We'd be better in the rain, Monaco, wouldn't it? You know, people are going to crash anyway. But here, we wanted the sunshine. But anyway, if you just ride on board here with the Annihilator, we can see he's obviously leading the race, and we can actually see that we've got a P1 and a P2 by the McLaren. So obviously McLaren over here, you know, Lando and his new future teammate, Danny Ricciardo, they obviously, you know, wish and hope, as some of us may or may not, that they will be in these positions in 2021, 2022. I don't, personally. I like McLaren, but, you know, I'm quite happy with the way things are. Red Bull would be good for Max to get a couple of championships. I think he deserves it. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, just gonna wait for this final cars. Oh, someone's got out of shape there. Who was that? Oh, it must have been this guy. Papa Whiskey. Papa Whiskey. Papa Whiskey. Oh, he's trying to be funny like the American Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta. Anyway, I hope everybody can hear. I hope you can all see on board as we ride on board here with Annihilator, and we'll just change the view a little bit here so we can just get a look at all the cars from behind here as they line up on the grid. You can see all the vehicles are now building up their ERS, getting it to 100%, ready to the point. People have got different tactics. Me personally, I've got a tactic. I'm not going to give it away, obviously, but everybody's got a tactic. So let's see how we get on now, everybody. Here we go again. This is round 20 for Russia. And I think it's lights out, and away we go! And here's the start, and we just look at the start here, and we can see that Annihilator has actually lost P1 to his teammate, GSY Wacky. But now we see all the cars are bunch of, oh, we've got an accident at the back there. We have a Red Bull that has retired. Infinite Gamer is out of this race. I cannot believe it. First opening lap, ladies and gentlemen. He's out of this race. What a shame. Not acceptable whatever's happened there. We like to have all the cars at least going around 5, 6, 7 laps, spacing out. But that has now brought out a virtual safety car. And as that has brought out the virtual safety car, we can see all the cars are now in this lovely snake coming round Sector 1. The initial sector, the second sector of Sector 1, if that makes sense to you lot. And just trying to see exactly what's going on here, keeping an eye on all the different telemetry. There's so much information taken when an accident happens. So we're just going to add a few more details here, things like position change. We don't need to do that, telemetry, track stuff. Yeah, that'll do. Can we see their tyres? Yeah, so far we can. Maybe we'll keep an eye on the tyres, yeah? And we can see who's done the most up on the tyres. Keep an eye on the interval, we'll go from there. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's a comment section on the bottom of this where you are free to write your comments. So, please write comments. I've actually put it. You know, let us know how you're thinking, what you're thinking of the stream, how you think you're doing. Infinite Gamer's already said he wasn't expecting rain. I know, Infinite Gamer, I'm so gutted for you, buddy. I really, really am. I hope you can hear me. It's So undeserved that, so undeserved. I don't know what happened there. I'm not here to obviously get involved with the collision part, but I believe something happened. And we just see here, as we've got actually a yellow flag, that something very weird happening here. I don't know why these cars, but there's a yellow flag. We've obviously gone back to racing, but on the restart, it looks like a couple of positions have actually been lost here. And one of them happens to be annihilated. I'm not too sure why he's lost that position. So we'll keep an eye on that. He's obviously got some places to make up, but that's allowed Ginger Rage, who I spoke about earlier, to get back into the top two. And actually, he's now, 3 seconds away from the car in front. Quite a big gap, ladies and gentlemen. So we can see that GSY, from being P2, has actually got a really, really good start off the light. Obviously, it's wet, so you get a lot of wheel spin and traction is hard to come by in these sort of races. And we see Annihilator getting out of shape there again, and I actually think he's about to hit the wall. Oh, I don't know if he did. Did he hit the wall? Oh, he looked like he was getting out of shape there. Oh, no. And GSY is just running away with this race at the moment. We see Ginger there. Ginger's just done purple sector in sector 1 purple. So that basically means he's just done the quickest in that sector of anybody so far. Now, obviously, as the race progresses and track conditions evolve, those things are likely to change. But, yeah, we're just going to ride a little bit further back now. And just looking here at Cody, Reagan, Ayrton. If we look at the time here, guys, so we're paying attention to this, where we've got intervals and we've got plus 20, 2.2, 2.1. That's actually the distance between each car. And if you actually look, the leader now, I mean, fantastic job so far that he's managed to do. He's actually managed to get himself 2.2 seconds ahead of anyone else. And then obviously the nearest car to him is Ginger. But we just see he's come out of shape there coming into the final, the beginning of sector 3 there. And, sorry, the end of sector 2, beginning of sector 3. I do apologise for those of you that are counting. And, I'm not too sure what's happened. I mean, obviously that's compromised his time massively. He was 2.3, he's now 1.7. I mean, he's still good. This is still good time. But what you can actually see is one of the benefits of this track. Oh, and Ginger's just gone wide again. Need to get on those brakes a little bit earlier, buddy. And we see that he's still done the fastest time, but Ginger's actually done a slightly faster time there. And actually what happens down here is, although you've not got the DRS yet, you can see you can see he's closing the gap because 1.2 seconds from 1.7. So just down that straight, he's managed to gain half a second. How's he done that? Well, because he's getting the toe off the car in front, ladies and gentlemen. And oh, we just see Curly Red hold it back together there. I cannot believe this is going to be exciting. Really exciting. People are all over the place at the moment. Like, who can keep the contact? Yeah, we can see that the 083 started in 16, has now made his way up to P5. What a fantastic drive so far. He can actually keep things together here. He's actually got a good chance of finishing on the podium because we've seen a couple of these other cars getting out of shape. So, we'll find out what's going to happen. There's Forza. And everybody now seems to have got to a position where, they're comfortable with the car to a degree. I'm not going to say that they're, everything's all hunky-dory. We've got Papa Whiskey here. We've got Brentford Boy. And actually, this is probably the bit of action that's about to take place if we look very closely here. P8, P10, P11. These are the positions here that people are actually, very close to each other. Half a second, 400th of a second, 300th of a second. So this is, we've just seen that Brentford's actually done a move there. Oh, no, but the Papa Whiskey's just bumped it back on the left wheel and he sent him wide. And now they're having a little bit of a bump. Let's see how they come through this final corner. Oh, it's the Williams. It's the Renault. Who's going to come out top? So far, it's Brentford Boy and the Williams. He looks like he's got it under control here. But let's just see, because we can actually see there, if you look, the Renault, he seems to have way better traction coming out of that corner. He's obviously got a little bit more. Maybe he's got some ERS that he's burning up. Yeah, he's certainly burning up that ERS, but he still hasn't actually managed to get the move done. So well done to Brentford Boy for what he's just done there. He's actually managed to maintain that position. And we can just see that the Aston Martin here the Red Bull. I don't apologise, it's not an Aston Martin yet. The Red Bull Aston Martin. We can just see there that Ayrton is actually trying to make up position while these two have been battling. So while Papa Whiskey and Brentford Boy have been battling, Ayrton's allowed him the opportunity to get in there. And now, and he's done it! No, Papa Whiskey went wide. That's allowed Ayrton into the door. And he's in! And he's off ski! And now he's chasing down Brentford. And we just ride on board here with Ayrton. And we can see that he's on ERS level 4. Which means he's burning overtake, maximum power, max power. So he's delivering out of this fantastic Red Bull engine, which is actually supplied by Honda. Fantastic Honda engine, the Honda power unit. And fantastic. He's now made his way up. And let's just go and check someone. Someone got out of shape there. And we can see now there's not much action from the other cars. I mean, Ginger's now 1 second away from GSY Wacky. So, you never know, you never know. Curly Red just got a 3-second penalty there. Not too sure why. Might have been leaving Annihilator some space. So we'll keep an eye on that battle over there. And oh, we can see, oh no, wait, hang on, counter steer. Oh, fantastically held. Fantastically held. But that's actually allowed Mr. Nesman 083 to actually get in with his Ferrari. Now, he's moved his way up to P4, and as you saw, he just smacked down the inside there of the Mercedes. And that's a really fantastic move, really, when you break it all down. But he's got a bit wide, and it seems like the drivers are having a bit of a tricky time in turn there, 15, 16, and 17. Just coming into the final sector now, which is sector 3. And, yeah, I mean, this is going to be interesting. Let's just get a different view of this. I mean, honestly, this is where it's happening. I don't care what anybody says. This is fucking beautiful. Oh, sorry to say, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just getting so excited. And, oh, no, he can't. He can. Oh, we can just see how that Red Bull and that Ferrari, sorry, I do apologize, how that Ferrari, Mercedes, and that McLaren were all drifting round there, basically. So Annihilator, who started P1, obviously had a bit of bad luck here, but he's managing to hold his own. Oh, as they just go round here into the... Oh, that was tight, and that was close, and that was good driving. And let's just see how they go around here together. And who's actually going to come out ahead here? The Ferrari has got the outside line, but now coming into... Oh, no! No, Annihilator again! He's spun in that corner. He's just managed to grab it. I don't know if he's got any damage. We'll look in a bit, but... Oh, gutted. Gutted for these guys, man. They have great battles, and that's what I'd Cody Red back in. Now, Annihilator might have the issue. His spare tires are really heated up, and, you know, that's obviously going to compromise his race. So just checking that there's no other battles taking place that we're missing. I think between these two... these three, actually, let's say. Because who have we got? Yeah, we've got Ayrton, we've got Brentford, these are the ones who run on board with later. We just see that Ayrton's actually managed to get the move down there, so well done to Ayrton there. Fantastic move, I think that was. Not your basic average move, very ballsy, very grounded and very mature to do it in that way. So well done to Ayrton 12. We have seen him take bigger risks than that in the past, and it has failed. So that risk, whether you want to call it a risk or not, I don't know. It's racing, and it's always a risk. So here we ride on board now with Brentford boy, and we can actually see he's actually lost a bit of time now. So these guys towards the back. Oh, and someone's actually reversing there. What's going on here? That's never seen someone do that in a Formula 1 car, so we'll keep an eye on that one. Very interesting. But, as I said to you earlier, it looked like Ginger Age was actually going to catch up here, but I don't know what's going on. He's got yellow on the fuel, so something's gone majorly wrong here with his fueling. Either he's under-fueled the car, or he's over-fueled, thought, you know, by going with a bit less fuel, things would be better for him. No, that's not worked out. And if we actually pay attention now to the track conditions, you've just seen that the stewards, the people in charge of the race, basically, you know, our officials, they've actually decided that we can have DRS. And we see that one of the first cars, there's a couple now actually, there's a couple of cars now that have actually pitted, and if you can see, they're going onto the medium and the soft tires. I think the best strategy here would be medium. So let's keep an eye on Jar 083, or Jar 083, because obviously what he's done there is he's actually pitted now. The gap of 26 seconds, 28 if you take from the leader. However, these two have to pit. And if we actually just watch now, coming through these final sectors of the track, you can see that the gap between these two and the track there on the right hand side, ladies and gentlemen, coming here into sector 3 now, while these other cars are only in sector 2. So very interesting indeed in terms of how this is actually going to play out. We have to actually see how these two pit. So I'm not normally one to actually ride on board with people that pit, but I think in this instance people might be needed. You know? Ladies and gentlemen, you're not people. Ladies and gentlemen, you're boys and girls. You're great to join us. How many people we got on air? Have we had any more comments? Can we get more viewers? It would be good to get my confidence up, get the stream up. Come on everybody, join in, get your friends on it, get your family on it. Even if they don't watch Formula 1, say, hey guys, something to do. We're only going to be sitting in front of the TV watching some other nonsense. Oh yeah, we're just riding on board here with 083. And the nearest car to him is Curly Red, and then we have Annihilator. Oh, I think Annihilator's decided that's it. He's done. I don't know what's happened there, but I'm not expecting it. I don't know what these cars are doing. I'm so confused right now. I don't know what's driving like this. Curly red, Ginger Age just made help. But now if we look, Ginger's managed to actually get out and do that stop and come out second. And he's only 3 seconds away from the car in the lead, so maybe Ginger's done a really clever strategy here. I mean, I am slightly confused by what the plan is here, guys, but, you know, let's see how it all pans out. We can see Dead Rabbit here, 12 seconds, 10 seconds now. So obviously these cars are, I mean, Forza Ferrari's now got some serious pace, where he's probably going to show himself his true colours and sort of tell you lot, show us lot, should I say, just how great he is behind the car. So yeah, let's ride on board now with him because he's in the midsection, and that gives us an opportunity to, you know, see how his lap goes, see how he performs, see what places he can make up. And we'll just look over here and see if any of our admins have messaged us. No, they haven't come back. No, we've got any complaints yet. Haven't seen too many people writing comments, so let us know how we're doing. Feedback is important. Yeah, Infinite Gamer, I've seen some of your comments here and I appreciate them. And I can only say to you that you are very, 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 very hard done by and it's very unlikely. I had you up there for sort of finishing in the top 10, not in the top 5, so I'm disappointed not to see you. But we welcome you back for the next race in Mishra. We just see that Curly's just set the fastest time there. I appreciate we're not riding on board, and you've been with Forza for some time. You say, well, because we're riding on board with Forza, alright, people? Because look what's about to happen. Behind him is Ayrton, and Ayrton's just done a 1.2.352, which is the quickest lap so far. And if we look closely behind Ayrton, we have Appy, 1979. Was he born in 1979? Ooh, that's a good one. I don't know, but if he was, he's certainly making his way to his 40s. And we just ride on board here. We can see that Forza's, you know, on these medium tires, Ayrton's on these soft tires. Obviously the soft tires are faster initially, but, you know, 2 laps down on the softs, 2 laps down on the mediums. I guarantee you, by the time those mediums have done 10 and these softs have done 10, those mediums will be way better. So what Forza's aim here now is, for those of you who are kind of new to the game or not watched the game before, in terms of actual Formula 1, this kind of Formula 1, just send a 140 there by Azen037. So we'll go back and forth with him and just see how he's getting on, because he's now closing the gap on Sans 1987, and he's, you know, a second behind, which means he will get the DRS. And that's going to make some great overtaking. At the moment it's 1.2. We'll see when he gets to the actual DRS detection zone how that's playing out. But Ayrton here, Forza's, you know, as I said, he's managing the ERS and the fuel to allow him to burn it down the straight. And when he gets to the straight, burn it, hit the gap between him and Ayrton, knowing that Ayrton is going to get the DRS off him because he's less than a second behind. And how's this all going to play out for everybody? I mean, you know, the guys have now found some rhythm. Fine, it seems. Obviously the track conditions have changed, which has played its part, naturally. And now we can actually see some racing. Dead Rabbit's just done a 1:39. I mean, we can see track evolution is really taking place here. I don't want to start calling out the fastest lap times to say these people are great. Everybody's great, they're great drivers, professional crew. However, we do need to think, wow, I mean, this track is evolving, we're getting quicker and faster. The laps are coming down quicker. We're on lap 9, coming up to lap 10. And then, after that, we've got 17 laps to end this beautiful race. And to obviously come to some sort of conclusion in this season. And as I just hear my headset going, which means the battery will die soon, I'm just going to attach the other headset and we can carry on rock and rolling here, ladies and gentlemen. And, yeah, so, you know, Mr. Yar083 from the Netherlands, he's, like I said, this guy's got some special pace. Something went wrong between qualifying and the race, because in qualifying he had set the fastest time, so I don't know if he crashed the car, something went wrong. I went to eat some mussels, they were delightful, thanks to my wife for making those, and then obviously we moved on to the race. And coming back on board on the race, he started 16th, and now we can see he's actually in P1, and he's pitted. Fantastic, I mean really good. And we just see that Bando again, he's putting up the quickest times here. Pretty interesting. I mean, who is this guy? Why is he at the back of the train out this time? What's happened? What's gone wrong? What's compromised his brake? Give me 1 second while I write a cigarette, ladies and gentlemen. I choke, and everybody might say, "Oh, that's really bad for you." Wow. You get it. So, you can see he's got a little bit out of shape there, but nothing too dramatic. And we can actually see now someone that, you know, the guys we want to watch out for. I mean, we've got to remember, GSY was here, Annihilate was here, but he's now left. So GSY has got a good chance of winning the race. 3 laps on the medium. Look at the cars ahead. 4 laps each, right? Look at the time. Very good. He's making up time here. He's keeping it neat, and he's driving properly. So if he can keep this sort of pace, keep himself out of the penalties, because I don't know who has penalties now. I mean, we've seen, like, there, another penalty. There's penalties everywhere. But this is the kind of track where, like I said to you, it's so, what's the word I'm looking for? I'll think of it in a minute and it'll come back to me. The tolerances, let's call it that. The tolerances between on-track limit and off-track limit are very, very minuscule. And as a result of that, it does mean that when you're pushing, which is what you're here to do, you are here to push, achieve a fast lap time. It can mean sometimes that you get these irregularities where you do actually think that you're on the track. The game doesn't think you're on the track. In real life, I think you would be on the track because we see how Formula 1 drivers do get away with quite a lot of murder. But the game is the game. They have to put some sort of dynamic, some sort of engine in here to make it recognise penalties, and that's the way this one works. Is it good? It's okay. Let's not criticise Codemasters. They brought us a beautiful game during lockdown. We've been able to play this game flawlessly pretty much most of the time, and thank you very much, Codemaster, for that. We're very, very, very grateful, and we look forward to buying your F1 2020, although we've not seen the cars much. Hopefully, well, definitely, if everything goes well, we'll see some cars at Austria in the real Formula 1. And we should see those actually before the game's released. So we'll actually get a look at the cars and sort of see who's who in the Zoom. But as we see now, API, or AP, or API, 1979, depending how you want to say it. Well, Ayrton's weaving all over the place. I don't like that. I don't know if he's doing that on purpose, or it's just a thing. But yeah, he's all over the road here, trying to cut inside, outside. But actually, API gets the move done, and now he's, you know, half a second ahead of Ayrton. 0.07 of a second ahead actually, and chasing down Forza. Forza seems to have backed off a little bit, maybe conserving that ERS, which it does look like he is. He's up to 76-77% almost, running it at mode level 1, slightly being used around these corners to just give him a little bit more power. Running it at 0 is awful. It's like losing, you know, well, full power give you another 150 brakes. I think no power give you a loss of at least, let's say, 100 brakes. 1 or 2 give you another 20, 30, maybe 40 brakes, so it all matters at the end of the day. And just see Ayrton cut the corner there a little bit, but I don't know if he got a penalty. I mean, this guy's had a few penalties, and what we don't want is people to be disqualified here today. So, just riding back on board here with P1, and as you can see, he's, well, I don't really know what to say other than he's really shown that he's got the pace round here. He's showing some fantastic driving qualities, and car's performing well. He's running the ERS at level 2. He's got 90%. But GSY keeps putting out these really quick 137s, and I think when we look at these fastest lap times, you know, we should really take that into consideration for how these things might work out, because you can see there 083 is in that region, but Curly Red hasn't reached that fastest lap time. And why does that matter? Well, because he's actually gaining on him here. I mean, look, here's Curly, and he looks like he's building up that ERS, but you know, is it enough? On the soft tyres, 6 laps down. Probably wish he went onto the mediums now, but it doesn't matter. It's just one of those things, you know. Ginger's seems to have leveled himself out here a little bit. And we just see that he's currently 5 seconds away from P3. It's not a terrible thing, is it? Dead Rabbit 6 seconds away from him. And now the cars are actually quite fairly spaced out. And this gives us an opportunity to talk about the news in Formula 1 this week. You know, obviously we knew last week and the week before that Williams was potentially up for sale. Haven't seen too many, haven't heard of news of too many consortiums or people or person that may be interested in buying the Formula 1 team. Certainly hope they do. It'd be good to see that team back in the midsection and sort of fighting the likes of your McLarens.
and your Renaults, your Hasses. But it would also be fantastic to keep George Russell, certainly, in my opinion, a future Formula One star, and someone to really watch in this season and the next. Hopefully he'll get himself a Mercedes seat, and they won't actually take on Sebastian Vettel, which I'm also a fan of, but I think Vettel needs to possibly go to another team. Giovinazzi go somewhere, and he go and join him at Alfa Toro Rosso is another option maybe if they get rid of Kvyat. But yeah, I mean, not done anything wrong so far. Fantastic driving craftsmanship, saving the ERS, rebuilding the car. We see Ayrton's got another 3-second penalty there. And this is where it's happening. This is where the action is right now. Is Curly Red going to be able to get the move done on GSY again? Because obviously Curly Red and GSY, they've been fighting out. GSY took the place back from Curly Red a second ago, and now we're going to find out whether Curly Red, who's obviously trying to come back at him, can actually do it. And we just see here coming into, oh, this is a very dangerous place. How's it going to work out? Fantastic driving from both these drivers. Really, really, really good driving. Really good driving. Look at the respect that they have for each other there. If anybody wants an example of how you should be racing, here's a classic example. I mean, really fantastic driving here. But we see them battling again. Curly Red's not giving up this position in P2. He's adamant. These guys need to, at the same time, work together maybe a bit more and realise that, you know, Ginger's not far away now. He is 7 seconds or so, but, you know, in Formula 1, that's not a lot, guys. We see he's got the, Curly Red's actually got the DRS here. But there's nowhere to go. Great defending here by GSY. Let's just ride on board with these two. GSY Roque. Got the, obviously he's got track position because he's ahead. Oh! And that could possibly mean that if he does not get it done shortly, because now the gap's building up, he's still going to get the DRS down here. He was in the DRS detection zone. And we just ride past him on this corner. He's in the detection zone now, I believe. So he just comes through the next corner. Keeping this car very well balanced. And let's just see what he can do here. Is it enough? He's going to use all his DRS, I think, put it on 0 and save it. That's fantastic. Oh, great driving, great driving, great driving. Both of them. Right on board here, we see Appy is very close to Forza Ferrari now. We actually see it's just trying to come down the inside there. Is he going to get the move done? He's got much better exit out, yeah, that's for sure. You can see the traction he got out of that corner. I mean, look at that. You can see Forza's getting a little bit out of shape there. Oh, no, he clips the wall. No, that's going to compromise him a little bit. Shucks. Oh, and we can see that Papa Whiskey has just retired. I don't know what's happened there. Again, we've now lost 2 drivers today. It's always a shame. And Jari 083. I mean, this guy seems to be wrapping up this race victory. 9 laps on the mediums. The nearest Cotton's done 8 laps. He's 5 seconds away. And I don't know. GSY was, you know, he was making some time up. He was getting very quick. We obviously got the move done on Curly Red. That was holding him up for a couple of laps. It probably didn't help him very much. But now if we actually look, he's, you know, he's 4.7 seconds away from the leader. And sort of coming into, you know, just after the halfway point of this particular race, it's going to be very interesting to see, because we've got 12 laps to go, how this is all going to plan out. We can see Curly's now, you know, he's coming back a little bit, yeah, but we can see his tyres are not feeling very comfortable. And I would suggest that, you know, he is now going to pit. Fantastic, he's pitting. And that's going to allow Ginger Age to get back up to P3 if he gets this move done. There we go. And that could possibly mean, oh, how's this going to work out? Because now we've got Dead Rabbit coming past here. Dead Rabbit and Forza Ferrari managed to get past Appy. And Curly Red coming out the pits only now. That's not good. But he's put the softs on again. And his plan could be, I've got 11 laps to go. I'm going to build up the ERS on this outlap. Not really an outlap, but you know, lap after pitting. And I'm going to give it the beam. But yeah, the race has sort of leveled off a bit now, people, and become a little bit less exciting, unfortunately. But nonetheless, it's still Formula 1 and we still love being here. And, you know, this is the problem with Russia sometimes. It's a great track, great overtaking. But once the pace gets going, a few accidents, people get left behind. And then the gaps start appearing. And if we actually look now, there's not a single car, apart from Appy, who may be able to give us some hope that he's going to catch the Ferrari. He's not been able to do it yet. Other than that, guys, there's no one on here that's close enough to the car to really warrant us getting excited about potential overtake. So just riding on board here with Appy and Forza. And obviously Forza's 1 second away, just over 1 second away from Dead Rabbit 14. And then that's Appy behind there. Now, you just see that, I think that was Dead Rabbit that's pitted. And that's actually allowed Forza up into 4th position. So it looks like what the strategy for the medium guys is they're going to stay on the mediums. And the rest are going to try to change their tyres and make up the time on the softs. And yeah, as we just ride on board here with Forza Ferrari, and Appy hasn't sort of been able to get this move done, so Forza's obviously found some pace. Sorry guys, I don't mean to sound so boring, but the race is getting a little bit boring now. We've got no cars near each other, we've got no battles taking place, and that does not make for a fine race indeed. Maybe there wasn't enough drivers today available. As we come out of lockdown, more and more people being asked to go back to working with some normality of life, and I think that obviously has a bearing. But yeah, if we ride on board here, the man in the moment, the man who's done nothing wrong so far, in P1, cruising ahead, followed by GSY, Wacky, followed by Ginger Rage, followed by Forza Ferrari, followed by Appy, Curly Red, Dead Rabbit, Brentford Boy. I'm a Brentford boy, Ayrton 12, Iveen, DJ Bowser, Scuz Bando, I think you say that, or Scuz Bando, Santh, and the Annihilator, who is out the race. Don't know why he's passed over there, but we can ignore that. Someone's gone, he's gone, the computer told him to go on a hard for 10 laps. Gee, what a stupid strategy that is by the computer. Unfortunately, guys, I cannot see the tyre conditions of these cars, but one would assume with 12 laps to go they'd be on about 30 to 35% depending on how they've treated those tyres, and that's not terrible. I finished a race the other day myself with 80% front left wheel and I finished third from being spun out and all the rest of it. So that doesn't necessarily mean because the tyres done X amount of laps that you're not going to get pace out of it. There's always a chance that if you drive nicely, keep it together, you're still going to get good pace. But are they going to be as good as when they're brand new? Well, of course they're not. I mean, otherwise, what's the point, you know? Yeah, so, you know, here's GSY following the R083, who's 4.5 seconds ahead. And then the nearest car to sort of them is Ginger Age, 14 seconds from P2 and 18 seconds from P1. And then if we just start adding those times up now, you can start seeing the decline. And we can actually look at the gap from the leader. Oh, for the Ferrari, he's just managed to... Oh, I think Ginger pitted. Something's happened. Ginger's got a broken wing there, as you can see as he comes in. So something's gone wrong, unfortunately, for him. I'm very gutted for him, if I'm honest, because I felt that he had the ability to be on the podium today, and I think he deserves it. So I don't know what's happened to his wing there, but some sort of issue, obviously. We just see him getting back out now. I mean, the nearest car to him is Ayrton. And the funny thing is, I mean, like, Ayrton's passed him, yeah. And now these guys are, you know, like, almost a minute out of the race, which is really not good. There's massive gaps here now. Oh, I have it on the wrong setting. I do apologise. Right, let's see what's going on there. So this could be the next interesting move. P4 making its way up to P3 for the Ferrari versus Appy. You can see that Appy's actually got fantastic drive coming out of that final corner there. And now we'll find out, has he been able to get the DRS? He hasn't, because he's 1.4 seconds, so I don't think he has. I don't know if at that point he was a bit closer. So he's looking to close the gap now. Corner's just saving his DRS, he's still got 80%. So, plenty of DRS left for this gentleman. So ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to the final 7 laps of this race, and it is WCR Tier 3 Russia. And not being a terrible race, if I'm honest with you, but also maybe not being the most exhilarating race. Started off with some very exciting overtakes and battles, as we saw a couple of the guys battling in the midsection, and as you know, midsection of the pack for P, 9 and 8 and 7. We also saw some interesting action stop rounds, very much from P 1, 2, 3 and 4, and that actually shows, just like I said, sort of in qualifying, that it doesn't really matter. Well, obviously it does matter, it doesn't really matter, but it doesn't completely matter if you have a bad qualifying, or if your qualifying isn't as good as you would have liked it to have been, because in this race the dynamics change so much, and there's so much opportunity to either change tyres when a safety car comes out, or when there's an incident, or when there's just opportunity like today where it was raining and some guys stayed out a bit longer on those rain tyres. They're still getting pretty good pace, not as quick as obviously the soft and the mediums, but when the time they did actually come around to fitting the mediums or the softs, they, their fellow competitors were already sort of 2, 3, 4 laps down with those fresh soft and medium tyres as well. So sort of given them that advantage, obviously, and allowed them the ability to say, hey, I can now finish this race potentially on this stint of tyres. So, we're looking forward to seeing how these next 6 laps plan out. I feel like I'm going to pass out, I do apologise. And we see that for the Ferrari here, 20 seconds. 20 seconds is like a whole pit stop. No sweet, it's no, quickest times you've ever seen is 1:37. How many times did you have to go around to do that? So, quite a big gap at the moment. And that probably means that these 3 here, so 083, GSY and Forza, are most likely to be on the podium. I mean, yes, Appy is 1.4, 1.5 seconds away from Forza, but he likely to catch him? I don't believe so, personally. But I'm not the one racing. I don't know the skills of this man. I've never watched him in terms of race him. been in the car with him, experienced anything to do with Formula One and him. So I'm not too sure. I'm just trying to find if there's any action that we can actually ride on board with. I mean, we've got Appy here and Forza, but nothing. I mean, here, Ayrton. Okay, so here we go. We have a move taking place here, actually. Fantastic. We found ourselves a bit of action. So let's get excited about this one. Here we see Brentford Boy in P7 and Ayrton in P8. So we've got a Red Bull Honda powered unit here, chasing down a Williams, who's now up for sale, Mercedes powered unit. And if we just look at Brentford, oh, they've both got similar ERS. Brentford gets out of shape there. I don't know if he's... Oh, don't touch him. Oh, that's such a shame. That's got our Ginger in the door, which is fantastic. But Ayrton... Personally, I think Ayrton should have just waited until doing that move there. Because if he had got him on the straight, could have just annihilated him, no problem. Unfortunately, he didn't. So now we can see that Ginger... He's got much better tyres. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Whoa, we just saw some good action over there. So let's get excited about this, ladies and gentlemen. And we just find them coming here into the right-hander. And we see that they're racing very tightly with one another. And we can see that it's P6, 7, and 8 up for grabs here. And we can see that it's Dead Rabbit over here. We can see it's Ginger Rage over here. We can see it's Brentford over here and Ayrton. And, you know, you might say, well, hang on, he's far away from him. Well, he's not, ladies and gentlemen, because he is currently only have done 3 laps on the soft tires. He's done 5 laps, and these guys have done 16 here with Brentford. So Brentford is literally a sitting duck at this point. Ayrton's probably going to get this move done now. If he doesn't get it done now, he's going to heavily regret that. Brentford can't keep moving around like that. We've got to speak to drivers about what the rules are. And we'll see how they're going to take this, because Ayrton get the move done there. He does. But it's a bit slow coming up that next corner. And we see that that's allowed Ginger Rage just to make a bit of progress there. Oh, a little bit on and off of the throttle there. And again, let's just get him holding that throttle. That throttle control is so key in this game. And having that control where you don't just boom boom, and that it makes a big difference. But he's a fantastic driver, and we actually see him just blasting down the straight there. And again, you know, now 2 seconds ahead of Ayrton, and really showing some really quality, good pace here. And you know, I don't want to say he will, but you never know. He may just surprise us and get into this P6 or P5 position. But let's not put pressure on him. He's had a great race so far, and we'll leave it as that for now. Riding on board with our race leader here. We've had a pretty much perfect race, right? No faults, no real issues, no real spins. It's simple to deal with. So we look forward to inviting you for an interview afterwards, if you wish to join us. And we see the cars are very, very, very spaced out here, and unfortunately it doesn't make for a very interesting race. So you'll have to forgive me for sounding less and less enthusiastic, but as you are probably watching as I am commentating, you probably recognise that this is not the most exciting. But actually, saying that, Appy here in P4, Forza Ferrari in P3, and now guys, things are getting interesting, because again, I mean, GSY has actually managed to close the gap a little bit, and he's only 3 seconds away here. Ooh, we're going to have an interesting finish to this race, I think. As Appy just trying to close the gap up here on Forza Ferrari. We can see there P13 and P12. There's also some action happening there. Over here you can see, but we're just going to move back to... I think Ayrton's done it. I think Ayrton's done it. He has. Well done, Ayrton. So, Ayrton's actually got past Brentford Boy there. And then who's actually near Brentford Boy? Okay, this guy's number near. So Brentford Boy's guaranteed a P9 position at the moment. And Ayrton's potentially got within him, you never know, P6, P7 let's say, but possibly P6. The race leader here, I don't know if he got out of shape or something happened, but he was absolutely flying before. And now all of a sudden he seems to only be 2.4 seconds in the lead. So we'll keep an eye on this, and we'll just pay some attention to to this. I can't see any visible damage on his front end plate or wing. Let's have a look now as we get a camera shot there of the wing. And we can see the car seems to be leaning in that corner very, very well. Oh no, he does seem to be missing a bit of front left end plate seems to be missing. If we just look at this angle here, look there, can you see an end plate? I don't see an end plate, ladies and gentlemen, and that tells me that something's gone wrong. And that could potentially leave the door wide open for GSY, who seems, from what this camera angle, let's get a camera angle, let's see both those there. Yep. Tick, 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 tick. That wing seems to be in fantastic shape and tack. And the tyres are pretty much the same. GSY 1 lap, yes. But I think GSY is starting to realise it. Hang on. I can get this guy. And as we just see here, Forza Ferrari really struggling now for whatever reason, even though he's done less laps in the car behind. Struggling with these tyres for whatever reason. You see just how he come out of that corner there as we ride on board here with Appy. And I think Appy might be able to get a move done here because he's got a lot of potential with the DRS. And if he just keeps it nice and tight, brakes early. Well, a little bit too early. Short shifts there. So we obviously know that he's obviously running some sort of manual gear. Very smooth with the throttle inputs here. And he's just caressing that car very, very nicely around each corner. You just see as he comes down here to turn 18. Right, let's ride on board for this. He does that absolutely fantastic. I think he slowed down a bit too much there because he sort of overshot the corner. But because of that corner, it's not allowed him to make that move initially coming into turn 1, 2 and 3. However, there's plenty of other opportunities here, as you know, and there's actually another back straight, and we just come past this circle section, if you want to call it that, sector 1, the ending of sector 1 and the beginning of sector 2. And this right-hander here, it actually represents a huge opportunity for gaining time. So if you do this right, you can just go flat out and get this really, really good. Faster. You can go faster than that there. Come on, fantastic. Oh, is he going to get this move done? Because I'm really excited. I mean, he's got... And look at the leader now. Look at GSY and the leader. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, this is so exciting towards the end. Okay, we're coming down to the last lap now, everybody, and I'm going to start getting high, because we can actually see that Appy is once again, he's going to go for the move. He's not going to brake so early this time, and we see that Forza Ferrari's actually braked way too late. He's got out of shape, and that's allowed Appy into there, and that's taken Appy up to P3. That's correct, P3. Well done to Appy, 1979. You're going to be 40 soon, buddy. And that's actually fantastic driving there. Unfortunately, Forza's got out of shape there. And I don't know if Curdy's got enough to get in on them. Ginger's got no chance of getting back now. Oh, it's the final lap, and I don't know if... Oh, Forza's coming back at Appy. And it's another battle here for P3. And we are really interested to see how this is all going to play out, because you know he got out of shape coming into the final 2 corners of Sector 3. But now, in Sector 2, he's showing, Sector 1, he's showing tremendous pace. And I just wonder, coming into Sector 2 here, the final corner here of Sector 1, oh, it's brilliant, this racing. It really is. This is really good racing now. This is what I came to commentate on. I'm excited. Right on board now, as we right on board here with Forza Ferrari. We see he's coming closer and closer to the car in front, which is Appy in P3. We know that Appy got that position from him earlier, and now these guys have got a real battle on their hands. Let's see how it's all going to play out. Oh, no, I don't know if he's got enough in him, but oh, come on, open the DRS, let's go, max power, 205 miles per hour. He brakes late coming into that corner where he overshot before and lost the position, and he's absolutely annoyed at himself for that. I can tell you that now. Anyone would be. But as we come into the final, oh, how's he going to... It doesn't look like he's got enough here. Doesn't look like he's got enough. Oh, no, come on. No, there isn't enough. He tries to battle it. What's he doing? What's he doing? What's he doing? What's going on? Why is he pitting? Why did he retire? Oh my goodness, I don't know what's happened there, people. We'll have to get an interview with him. And that concludes the race today. Not the most exciting. Sorry, we had some technical issues. And I do apologise for that. We'll be back next season. You see, yeah, you know, these cars have all crossed the line here. Who has not crossed the line? Brentford boy. And then, so we see there in P1. He's done it. Well done. Sorry, everybody. That's someone listening to some nonsense on the old iPad. I'm just so confused now why Forza retired at the end there. Let's try to get him into this party and find out exactly why he retired at the end there. And we'll also get our friend from the Netherlands. Oh, it won't let me read profile, stupid thing. Well, guys, that concludes another session. I do apologise for the bad audio and at times the breakup in communication. It was lastminute.com. We'll be back next week and we look forward to having you on board. Thank you very much for watching WRC. That was a interesting race at certain times, but overall, it's Russia. Have a good weekend. Peace out. Grazie ragazzi. Tutti bellissimo. Ciao ciao. RD we out.